Hello, today we're going to look at installing localwp. The localwp stands for the local WordPress, and it allows you to run WordPress locally on your computer. It works on a Mac, it works on Windows, it works on Linux, so pretty much they've covered all the platforms that there are out there. So go to localwp.com, you click on download, it'll ask you what your operating system is, and then it'll ask you a few questions. It puts you on their mailing list so that they know who you are and they support you in doing this. It does not cost you any money at all. So do that. Once you've downloaded it and installed it on your computer, you will be able to load local, which will look like something like this. And you'll notice that if you've signed up on their mailing list, when you start up, it will tell you when there's a new version of local available. And I have a new version available for my machine, so I'm going to install the update. Estimated time is less than a minute, so it's putting all the newest features of localwp onto my computer. And that tends to keep you up to date with all the modern things that are being done in the world around us. And what is happening with WordPress is WordPress runs on a language called PHP, and it uses a database called MySQL, and there are updates to those periodically too. And this is putting all those updates also on your computer, so you only have one update to really think about. And it's a very nice package here. I'm going to click quick and install. And I have to hit the next button there. And I have to hit yes there. And it installs the newest version of local WordPress on my computer. Which they don't tell you how long this is going to take. So the other part was simplicity compared. And we're going to finish and run local. And here we go, and I'm going to hit the plus button here to add a new site. So I'm going to create a new site. Hit continue, and I'm going to call this 517. Continue, and I'm going to go with custom. I'm going to choose my PHP version, and they're recommending 8.3, and I'll accept that. Web server, Nginx or Apache, and I'm going to go with Apache because I'm more familiar with it. Really doesn't matter. I've used both of them, and there's really not much of a visual difference between the two. Select the database. I prefer the MySQL and the version 8. And then I'm going to click here on continue. And now I'm going to put in a WordPress username. This is only on my machine, so what I put in here is not in a public place so that I don't have to worry about somebody breaking into it. And put in my email address just in case, and add the site. And what it does is it sets up the PHP, the MySQL, the Apache server, and gets all those services running for this particular session. And if you get a Windows Defender, you have to say allow access on it, otherwise you're going to have issues. And now it's adding the WordPress, and it's downloading WordPress from wordpress.org and putting it on the machine, decompressing it, creating a database. So it's doing a lot of work for us. And it does it all in the background so we don't have to think about anything. So that is all done, and we now have our own WordPress site here locally that we can now play with. So if I go into WP admin, and put my administrator user ID and the password, I click on remember me and hit login. It brings me to the control panel. I'm using a password manager called LastPass, and it has been very, very good for me over the years. So now I'm at the dashboard here, and I can put in here now whatever I want on my local WordPress site. And here's what I'd like to do is go down to plugins, add a new plugin, and I want to search for Elementor, Elementor, and this comes up with a website builder called Elementor. And I'm going to install it now. And then I'm going to go and ask for elementskit. There are two plugins that I've run into, and that is one word, not two words. I'm going to install that. And I'm going to come into installed plugins. I'm going to activate Elementor and activate And we're going to start with Elementor's Hello theme, which is a very simple, easy to use theme that you can use to set up whatever you may like. Now that that's all done, your site name. And next. And we will skip that, and that's a wrap. Okay. No. Okay. So it brings me to this page here, and I now have a blank page that I'm editing with Elementor. We're going to call this home page, or call it welcome. Come on. What is going on here? So it hung up on me. I'm not sure why. So let me see if I can get this working properly again. So I'm going to say edit with Elementor. There we go. No, didn't get to there yet. Hold on. Back to plugins. And I'm going to activate the elementskit Lite. So now I have two plugins, Elementor and elementskit Lite, running on my WordPress installation. So if I come back down to my pages now with them both activated and come into my welcome page and tell it to edit with Elementor, Now it comes into here, and now I should have a new choice in here. And I do. The little red circle in here tells it to add an elementskit template. Now with Elementor by itself, you have layouts that you can play with. You've got basic controls of heading, image, text editor, videos, buttons, etc., all kinds of things. And then if you buy their pro version, you get a whole bunch of other things that you don't have normally. And the price of Elementor for a year is not that much money, so it's probably a wise investment if you like to have all these things at your fingertips. I'm doing this because elementskit will allow me, I'm going to click on this, and this shows me if I wanted to create a new page, all kinds of designs that it has in here that I can just choose from a design, and I can see a live preview of it or just scroll through what it looks like. And if this is something that I would want to start off with as my page design, I can click on insert and then start changing the text and the images in this design and make it my own. So it's a very nice shortcut to getting what you would like for your website without having to go crazy figuring out a whole bunch of, well, you still have to figure out a bunch of things, but at least you got it. You've got the layout right here in front of you. So if I close this and come back to here, come on, back to pages. There we go. These are pages. Also, we have sections. So what you could do is to create, if I insert this into my page, and it's loading it. All this stuff is coming off the web, so it has to do with how quick your internet access is. So that could take you a little bit longer than it's taking me. I'm on a high-speed cable here, so it does not take long for most things to work. But this has all of these things, and if I wanted to add something else, I can just go and click on this again and click on a different section and say I wanted to insert this section. I would just click insert, so it'll put that down below what I just put in there, and then I can come into each of these images, and if I click on it, you'll notice the left hand side comes up with the control panel for this panel. If I click here, now it's this image. So I could choose a different image, upload one, so it's that easy to make changes once it's in there, and you don't have to go crazy trying to figure out how to design something the way you'd like it designed. So these are just shortcuts to make your work a little bit easier. So you could go in and change this into different lists that serve your purposes. Or you can go in here and select an entire page. And when you select an entire page, you notice that it goes down very far. And if I click on it, then I can scroll through and see everything that's on there and all the minute details of everything. And if you insert it, that becomes your home page. So it's that quick and easy. And then the rest of the navigation on this is at the bottom of the screen over here, where there's a button that says update. And if I click on that, that updates the layout of all the changes that I've made to it. So now it's saved locally. And then I can come up here to the menu and exit the Elementor interface. And that brings me back to here, and clicking the WordPress icon, I can go back to viewing all the pages. And now if I want to see what that looks like, I can go click on my new page. No, it's not liking that. Okay. Figure out what I did wrong. Always something, isn't there? Let's see here. I don't think it's set as the home page. That's under settings. Right. This should fix it. Let's see what we get now. So now I'll go back to the preview. And now we have the page that we just created is now the home page of the site. So that was my spiel for the day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comments section below the video. And hope to see you again in a couple of weeks. Hope you enjoyed this. Take care.